Kid Creeper coming at you. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who commented on my self-harm story video. That means so much to me, and honestly, it gives me motivation to just keep going in my recovery journey. However, I have another serious topic, and it's going to be on the topic of eating disorders and my story and what's going on. If you feel like you'll be triggered by the talk of weight, numbers, calories, treatment, please click off this video for your own safety. I do not want anything to happen to you because of what I'm saying. So, you think you're going to be triggered? Now's the time to click off. Okay, I love you. I'm not going to be hurt if you click off. Let's start from the very beginning, shall we? Okay, so the lovely world of anorexia nervosa, binge purge subtype. Yeah, okay, so for a few years in high school, I would say around sophomore, junior year, I would have thoughts of, maybe I should lose some weight. Why don't you just throw up occasionally after a meal? So, I did. And then I believe it was the summer of junior year. I had a lot of time home alone, and I told myself, well, a lot of people that don't eat, they lose weight, so I don't need to eat. So I restricted my calories a lot. And, of course, I joined the cross-country team. I did not join the cross-country team because of eating disorder reasons, but now that I think about it, it definitely fed into my eating disorder. Because, heck, I was barely eating and running and losing weight. And I felt so confident. At first, it made me feel so confident. I was like, yeah, I'm 95 pounds. Yeah, I lost 10 pounds. And my family, they were just like, oh, she's just losing weight because she's being healthy. She's eating. And, well, they thought I was eating. And, so, time went on. Cross-country season ended. And, boy, let me tell you, food phobia hit me. I started becoming afraid of everything. I had this rule where everything I ate had to be under 100 calories, except dinner. And then that became only eating dinner. And then that became eating dinner but throwing up. And, of course, I had my worst enemy, a scale. So I wasn't even drinking water because every time I drink water, the number would go up on the scale. So I had to purge up water, and let me tell you guys, anorexia is not worth it. It's not worth it. I reached 85 pounds and I was so close to dying, and I was in such bad denial. I was in such bad denial that I signed up for track. And the doctors at the school were like, no, you can't do track. And I'm like, no, I can, trust me. And here's what happened, alright? So I go to this track practice, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm usually one of the fastest people there. I could not keep up for the life of me. And my heart, I swear to you, my heart ached. And I told Mr. Biddick, I was like, my track coach, I was like, I can't do this, I'm dying. And he's like, you have no meat on your bones, of course you're dying, you can't be here, you can't practice with us. And I didn't see how bad I was then, but I felt it. I felt how bad I was. And at this time, my doctor and therapist referred me to a treatment center in Portland, Oregon. And, I had my intake assessment, they did my weight, they did my blood pressure, and I guess I was really close to dying. That's just point blank period, And, gosh, this is kind of hard to talk about, honestly, but it's fine. So, I was told I'd have to go on a partial hospitalization program for my anorexia nervosa. They diagnosed me with anorexia nervosa binge purge subtype, which means I restrict, but then sometimes restricting becomes so much that I binge and then have to purge. So, just in case you didn't know what that means. So, anyways, I was like, the whole time I was like, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to graduate? Am I going to be able to, walk with my class of 2019? And, I was able to, luckily, because I did all my school through online, and my teachers were very accommodating, and it was really nice. So by the time I went back to school, I was pretty much prepared and on track to graduate, and I would just like to say a big thank you if any of the teachers out there are watching this. Like, thank you so much for being patient and allowing me to finish my school year and have graduation happen. And thank you, Mr. Sharp, for talking to me at graduation. And it was just awesome. Thank you guys so much for making that even happen. But so, anyways, I went to treatment, and my eating disorder voice, I call him Ed. Ed kept telling me, like, oh, when you get out of treatment, you can get away with stuff. You don't want a recovery. You don't want recovery. You don't want recovery, you know? And, you know, that sucks. It kind of ingrains in your brain, and you almost believe it, you know? So, you know, I go through treatment. It's really hard. I'm not going to go into the details of what we do at treatment, but basically, like, it's just weight restoration and, you know, making sure your vitals go up. It was so bad, they took a bone density test, and they said my bones were as bad as someone that was 80 years old, and that my heart at any given point can have a heart attack, okay? So this was a big wake-up call, because I've been healthy all my life, and now all of a sudden, like, now my bones are gonna break. And we went to the zoo, me and my mom went to the zoo, and I had to be in a wheelchair. And let me tell you, I had to do so many things in a wheelchair. So I know some of you saw some of my vlogs and you're like, why is she in a wheelchair? Well, because I had to, because my bones could break from possible exertion. So, you know. So fast forward a little bit, I graduate, yay, you know, thanks. That's wonderful. And, you know, shortly after graduation, my mom and I were going to go see family members. And the thing is like, the treatment center has a meal plan. And basically they tell you this is life. Like, this is the meal plan. Follow it to a T. Don't do otherwise. They would get mad at you if you ate, like let's say I wanted a piece of chocolate. They would get mad at me and be like, no, that's not on the meal plan. So basically, this meal plan was ingrained in my head. And it was so awful, because I was going to dinner with my family and I'd bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Or they would measure out my meat. And it's just weird, you know what I mean? Like, it's really awkward, because it's like now everyone's hyper focused on, wow, Abigail has an eating disorder. So anyhoozle, that led to a relapse, because I was just so stressed, and I was in this new environment with my family, and I know they're not trying to be triggering, but like, they're like, oh, we're going out for ice cream, oh, we're doing this, oh, we're doing that, and that kind of made me like binge and purge a lot, okay? So it went through a cycle of binging and purging and binging and purging, and I went to the doctor, and she was like, all right, Abigail, you lost a significant amount of weight. If you can gain it back in 2 weeks, I'm not referring you to treatment. Well, guess what happened? I lost even more weight. That just shows you how horrible an eating disorder is. So I go back to treatment a second time. It's been a couple months later. I'm back at treatment. I have more anxiety about food than I ever have in my life. I'm at a normal weight, so people don't think I have a problem. But let me just tell you right now, you can be any size and have a problem. So I just want to make that clear. But anyways, so it was really stressful, and then I was put on a feeding tube for a week. And so, like, I know a lot of you guys in the vlogs, I've seen comments of, why do you have a tube in your face? Why can't you just effing eat? Well, you know, like, if an eating disorder was just as simple as just eat, I don't think anyone would be making these kinds of videos. Because if it was just easy as just eat, then no one would have an eating disorder. You know what I mean? So I just, you know, like, wow, I didn't think of that. Just eat, just eat and not throw up. You know, if it was that easy, don't you think I'd be doing that? Well, anyway, so I discharged from there, and I'm like, okay, and I'm like doing okay for a while after, you know, I'm working with a dietitian, I'm working with a therapist, you know, everything's great. And then, fast forward to now, alright? So, you know, I was always constantly dealing with an eating disorder voice. I'd be like, just don't eat, just don't eat, just don't eat. And one day, I gave in. I gave in again. And I was like, oh, well, it's not a big deal. I'm not sick enough. I don't have a problem. But I did, and I do. So I lost some weight, and, you know, I was told I was going to be under the impression that with this relapse, I would be in a partial hospitalization program online, so I'd have intensive therapy throughout the day online. That's what I thought. But you know, my treatment team came together, we did lab work, and I guess I'm really in a bad place again. Just because I don't look the part doesn't mean I'm not, like, I'm still the part, just because I'm not emaciated. I want to make that clear. You can always have a disorder no matter your size. I feel like people always think that you have to be underweight. No. So they referred me to residential. That's the word you're looking for, because that's the title of this video. 9:39. That's it. I'm going to residential. I am scared out of my mind. I have never gone to residential. Like I said, I went to partial hospitalization program, so I was staying at the Ronald McDonald House with my mom. So this is going to be so new for me. I guess, like, I'm just scared out of my mind, and I have to go Monday, and there's going to be no internet. I'm not going to be able to post daily vlogs, and that sucks because I want to film for you guys. I guess that's my announcement, is like, if I'm not posting for 4 to 6 weeks, it's literally because I'm focusing on my health and bettering myself. And you want to know the truth? You want to know the actual tea, sis? I feel like I have the ability to recover this time. And I really mean it. And you know, sometimes they say third time's the charm. I really think that's the case here. I want to get better. I want to get help. And going to residential might be the scariest thing I'm ever going to have to do in my life. I mean, the place looks nice, but just the idea of it's scary, you know? And just in case you're wondering about school, yes, I'm doing great. I'm on the honor roll. I'm in National Honor Society. And I have an eating disorder. And luckily, the residential team is nice enough to accommodate things so I can have time for my class assignments. Thank God, because honestly I didn't want to throw away school at all. But yeah, you know, I'm not going to go in too many details about my health problems or my weight too much, because I just don't want to trigger anyone. And I know a lot of my friends, I made friends from the treatment center I went to last, and I know how eating disorders work. Like, I know that, like, a simple thing like a number can really set someone off. So basically, I'm just trying to be a good person, you know? And I think it's good. I think it's important for me to open up, and, you know, if you can, you know, just share this video. And this is my raw, real, this is me. And I think it's important for the world to know that it's okay to struggle, and it doesn't make you weird. It doesn't make you crazy. It's okay to get help. And I feel like people need to understand that, because I feel like we're still in this world where mental health has a bad stigma around it. Self-harm has a bad stigma. Eating disorders have a bad stigma, and we need to end that. So if you can, share this video. You know, I'm sorry I won't be here for a couple weeks, but, you know, just share the video. Tell your friends. If you think someone is suffering with an eating disorder, you think you are, please reach out for help before it gets bad. Please reach out for help before you reach 85 pounds and you're on death's door like I was. Please reach out for help now so you're not bleeding every time you throw up, or your knuckles are scarred, or your bones are weak, or your heart aches. Please stop as soon as possible. And if you're in it already and you're already deep in it, just know it's never too late. Get help, please. And if you can't get help, do online therapy. Do anything you think would help you. If you think painting would help you distract from throwing up, paint. If you think singing would help you, sing. And I know it's easier said than done, but I need you guys to stay healthy, because I care about each and every one of you. Because I saw the support on the self-harm video, and I'm like, my heart, man, I know you guys are great people, and I need you to know that I'm gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. The coronavirus is gonna end eventually, and everyone's gonna feel normal again. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why I'm in the position I am now, is because of the coronavirus. Because honestly, it's really stressful, because I haven't seen my boyfriend in like weeks, and it's pretty bad. So, but yeah, just stay strong, you guys. I know it's really hard. Just stay strong, keep positive, keep your head up. If you need someone to talk to, you know, after I'm out of treatment, you can talk to me. And I feel like this time around when I'm out of treatment, I'll have a lot more good advice to say, because this program is meant for adults, and honestly, I think I need to be treated like one. Because the program I went to last time was targeted towards adolescents, and I think it's really important I'm getting adult treatment with people who are specialized in the eating disorders. And I hope one day I can go on camera and say, I'm fully recovered, and I'm honestly waiting for that day. Thank you guys so much. I love you.